I would like to call the Finance, Ways and Means Subcommittee to order for April 1st. No fooling today. Madam Clerk, if you will, please open the board for a roll call vote. Members, please make sure you're signed in so we can take the roll. Madam Clerk, will you please take the roll?
Mr. Chairman, you have 12 members present. You have a quorum.
Thank you. Do the members have any announcements before we get started today? We have 71 bills on the calendar today, so we were going to take up the constitutional amendment calendar first. Item number two, we'll start with item number 1 on the constitutional calendar, HJR 729 by Leader Lamberth. You have a motion and second on the bill. Leader Lamberth, for a brief description, House Joint Resolution 729.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. We had all passed this previously. This would just make sure that the local elections for county elections would be in August, November instead of May, August, making 2 elections per year instead of 3.
Thank you, Leader Lamberth. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, are we ready to vote? Madam Clerk, would you please open the board for a vote? All those in favor of House Joint Resolution 729 moving to full finance, please vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change their vote? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 13 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do have it. House Joint Resolution 729 moves to full finance.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Item number 2 on your constitutional calendar by Chairman Farmer. Do I have a motion and a second? Chairman Farmer, you're recognized on House Joint Resolutions 808.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Committees. What this House Joint Resolution does, it's a constitutional amendment that reaffirms that only United States citizens may vote in all Tennessee elections. That's what it does.
Thank you, Chairman Farmer. Any discussion on the bill or the resolution? Seeing none, we're ready to vote. Madam Clerk, would you please open the board for a vote? All those in favor of House Joint Resolution 808, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Anyone like to change their vote? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, would please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 13 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do have it. House Joint Resolution 808 moves to full finance.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Committee.
Thank you, members. We're going to jump to the regular calendar now for Chairman Farmer as he has to get to judiciary. Item number 12 on your calendar without objection, House Bill 1964 by Chairman Farmer. Here you go. Take him mine.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was not expecting you to allow me the privilege of moving forward with these. So let me just grab this calendar to get to where I need to be.
Item number 12,
Okay,
Chairman.
I'm sorry.
We have a motion and second on the bill. We also have an amendment that you filed with the committee.
It does. If we could move forward with that amendment, it'd be great.
That's fine. We have drafting code 016851. We have a motion and second on the amendment. For the purpose of discussion, we'll put that amendment on. All those in favor of drafting a code amendment 016851, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, vote no. The ayes do have it. Drafting code 016851 is on the bill. Chairman Farmer, you are recognized on House Bill 1964 as amended.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members, what this bill does allows for our part-time general assessor judges across the state, allows for a mechanism to give them a pay raise that they hadn't had in decades. And that's what the bill does.
Thank you, Chairman Farmer. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, this bill does have fiscal impact even with the amendment. So without objection, House Bill 1964 will go behind the budget. Item number 13 on your calendar, also by Chairman Farmer, House Bill 1966. Chairman Farmer, you have a motion and second. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members, what this does is it provides some additional oversight for our kids that are in DCS custody.
Thank you, Chairman Farmer. Any discussion on the bill from the members? Seeing none, are we ready to vote? Madam Clerk, would you please open the board for a vote? All those in favor of House Bill 1966 moving to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change their vote? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 13 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 1966 moves to full finance. Chairman Farmer, you also have item number 14, House Bill 1968. We have a motion, second on the bill. Chairman Farmer, you are recognized on House Bill 1968.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members, what this bill does allows for us to accept additional monies into our opioid abatement fund from 2 different pharmaceutical companies.
Thank you, Chairman Farmer. Any discussion on the bill? Chairman Farmer, thank you for this bill. Very important to our communities as it relates to these additional payers to that abatement fund. Seeing no questions, Madam Clerk, will you please open the board for a vote? All those in favor of House Bill 1968 moving to full finance, say aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change their vote? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please take the vote?
Mr. Chairman, you have 13 ayes, 0 noes.
Thank you. The ayes do have it. House Bill 1966 moves to full finance. Item number 14 on your calendar, also by Chairman Farmer, House Bill 1968. Do I have a motion? I have a motion and second on the bill. Chairman Farmer, you are recognized on House Bill 1968.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members, what this bill does, it provides for a pay raise for our state court, appellate court, and Supreme Court judges.
Thank you, Chairman Farmer. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none. Seeing none, are we ready to vote? Madam Clerk, will you please open the board for a vote? All those in favor of House Bill 1968 moving to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Those vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change their vote? Madam Clerk, will you please call the vote?
Mr. Chairman, you have 13 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 1968 moves to full finance. Item number 15 on your calendar, House Bill 2494, also by Chairman Farmer. Chairman Farmer, you have a motion and second. I do have two amendments that are filed with the committee. The first being drafting code 013440. Is that correct?
Motion.
We have a motion and second on the amendment. For the purpose of discussion, we're going to put all these amendments on. All those in favor of drafting code 013440, say aye. All those opposed, vote no. The ayes do have it. Amendment drafting code 013440 is on the bill. The second amendment you have filed, Chairman Farmer, is 016879. Is that correct?
Yes.
We have a motion and second on the bill, on the amendment. We're going to put this amendment on. All those in favor of amendment drafting code 016879, vote aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, vote no. The ayes do have it. Amendment drafting code 016879 is on the bill. Chairman Farmer, you are recognized on House Bill 2494 as amended.
Mr. Chair, this is item 15.
Yes, sir.
We, with regards to the pay raises for the trial court, appellate court, and Supreme Court judges.
That's correct.
Did we just take that one up? That's what this bill does. It provides for a pay raise for those judges. If we're on item 15, House Bill 2494. One before that was the opioid legislation there, which was accepting the monies.
Give me 1 second.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Okay, Chairman Farmer, you are exactly correct. I just want to make sure that we were in the correct
Right.
posture. So as you described the bill, that's in fact what it does. Any discussion from the members on the bill? Seeing none, this bill does have a fiscal impact. And so without objection, House Bill 2494 goes behind the backdrop. Item number 16 on your calendar, House Bill 2496 by Chairman Farmer. We have a motion second on the bill. Chairman Farmer, you are recognized on House Bill 2496.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members, what this bill would do, it would allow for us to move forward with a project. Y'all ever been out in Sevier County off 407 exit, ever been to a Smokies game there? Well, they've moved to Knoxville. That stadium's sitting empty. We're in a position to have a $300+ million investment in that stadium, which would provide for tax dollars all across the state. And this bill would help us move forward with that. And with that, I've asked for passage.
Thank you, Chairman Farmer, for that description. Any discussion? Chairman Crawford, you are recognized. Previous question has been called. Without objection, we're going to vote. Madam Clerk, would you please open the board for a vote? All those in favor of House Bill 2496 moving to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change their vote? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 13 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 2496 moves to full finance. Item number 17, your final bill on the calendar today, Chairman Farmer. Item number 17, House Bill 656. We have a motion, I have a second on the bill. Chairman Farmer, you're recognized on House Bill 656.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members, what this bill does, last year we passed a bill that said if a school system wanted to and chose to, this is permissive, reimburse an estate or family for a teacher that passed away for their paid time off, they may do so. This is including any employee of the school system here. So whether it be a janitor or anyone that works for a school system, they may do so if they choose to do so.
All right, thank you for that description. Any further discussion on the bill? Seeing none, are we ready to vote? Madam Clerk, will you please open the board for a vote? All those in favor of House Bill 656 moving to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change their vote? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 13 ayes, 0 noes.
House Bill 656 moves to full finance. Thank you, Chairman Farmer.
Thank you, committee.
We are back to item number 1 on the regular calendar. Item number 1 on your calendar, House Bill 2560 by Leader Lamberth. We have a motion and second on the bill. Leader Lamberth, I think you have an amendment drafting code 016761. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion and second on the bill, so we're going to vote, put that amendment on. All those in favor of amendment drafting code 016761, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. The ayes have it. Amendment drafting code 016761 is on the bill. Leader Lamberth, you are recognized on House Bill 2560 as amended.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This just makes TEMA a full department.
Thank you, Leader Lamberth. Any discussion on the bill? Hearing none, seeing none. Madam Clerk, would you please open the board for a vote? All those in favor of House Bill 2560 as amended, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change your vote? Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 12 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 2560 moves to full finance. Item number 2 on the calendar, House Bill 2532 by Leader Lamberth. Leader Lamberth, you are recognized on House Bill 2532. There are multiple amendments that are filed on this bill, and we have consolidated all those amendments into one amendment, which we'll consider without objection. So that one was an untimely filed amendment, but it was a combination of all those amendments. So we're recognizing it's technical. So I'm going to hand the gavel to Chairman Hicks on amendment number 8, drafting code 017044 is the one I'd like to move, Chairman.
All right, Chairman, thank you very much. Again, members, we're on House Bill 2532. We are on amendment drafting code 017044 by Chairman Williams. Do we have a motion and a second? We have a motion and a second. Chairman Williams, you're recognized for a description.
Thank you, Chairman and members. I'm going to give a brief description and then defer to the members with questions or further discussion. But this amendment simply is a modification of last year's EFS and a revision of the bill, the administration bill, as it relates to that. This bill will modify the floor and create transparency as it relates to those currently being funded in our TISA school systems. It will also set aside, for lack of better terms, a pecking order for the recipients of those scholarships going forward. And finally, it will be a reduction of the expansion from 20,000 new scholarships to 15,000 new scholarships, totaling 35,000 total scholarships in 2 years. With that, Chairman and members, I'm happy to answer any questions you may have regarding the amendment.
All right, members, you've heard the description of the amendment. Any discussion? Representative Shaw, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. How will, if any, this amendment affect the public school system?
Chairman Williams.
Thank you. The effects on the public school system will be in regards to transparency as it relates to the reporting of students that are there. It'll also impact the floor that was set previously if that transparency piece has not been met.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next on the list, Representative Capley, you're recognized. All right, next on the list, Leader Cochran, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. Hey, real quick question on the modification to the floor. The only way that the floor is modified is just the transparency piece. In any other aspect, the floor operates the same.
That is correct. One of the previous emails or one of the previous amendments did have a different modification of the floor, but that is not in this final amendment.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Further discussion. Again, we are on the amendment to House Bill 2532. Hearing none and seeing none, are we ready to vote? We are now voting on amendment drafting code 017044 on to House Bill 2532. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. The ayes do have it. We're back on the bill as amended.
Thank you. We are back on the bill. Leader Lambert, you are recognized on House Bill 2532.
Mr. Chairman, I know you have much work to do today. I stand ready for questions.
Thank you, Leader Lambert. Any discussion from the members? Seeing none, before we vote, I want to take an opportunity to thank Leader Lambert for his work. He has been very good to work with as it relates to this bill and the challenges that were before us as it relates to trying to do it in a more conservative way, fiscally conservative. As the members know, I'm very passionate about the way we spend money around here, and I believe that this amendment and this consequential bill does do, in fact, that. And so I also want to thank the Speaker's office for his patience as it relates to me in my multiple amendments as well. But anyways, would anyone else have any further discussion? Yes, Leader Lambert.
Mr. Chairman, I want to say beyond this bill, there are hundreds of other bills coming through your committee, and I'm going to speak as a taxpayer for a second. Thank you for your work, because it's not just this bill, it's a number of bills that you work very hard on to make sure we balance the budget. And there's very few people on this planet that realize the amount of work that goes into that. So I don't think you sleep at all this time of year. None of us do. But you, first of all, I think work pretty much 24 hours a day. So thanks for
Out of order.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any other discussion on this bill? Seeing none, are we ready to vote? Madam Clerk, would please open the board for a vote. All those in favor of House Bill 2532 moving to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change their vote? Hearing none, seeing none. Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 9 ayes, 3 noes, 1 present not voting.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 2532 moves to full finance. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yep.
If I may.
Item number, go ahead.
Just one quick thing. Personal order. I have Michael Guthrie, my emergency communications director, is here from Sumner County. If y'all can, just make him feel welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Item number 3 on your calendar, House Bill 1456 by Chairman Bolso. We have a motion second. Chairman Bolso, you're recognized on House Bill 1456.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, members of the committee. This is a bill that
Like we
seeks
planned.
to increase the damages available in a claim before the Tennessee Claims Commission to $500,000 per person, $1.5 million per occurrence.
Thank you, Chairman Bolso. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, this bill does have a fiscal impact, so without objection, House Bill 1456 goes behind the budget. Item number 4 on your calendar, also by Chairman Bolso, House Bill 1457. We have a motion. I'll second it. Chairman Bolso, you're recognized on House Bill 1457.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill allows young ladies who have been certified by a physician with a high-risk pregnancy to obtain a temporary placard for parking in handicap spaces.
Thank you, Chairman Bolso. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, are we ready to vote? Madam Clerk, would you please open the board for a vote? All those in favor of House Bill 1457 moving to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change their vote? Hearing none, seeing none. Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 1457 moves to full finance.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you,
Chairman. Thank you, Committee.
Item number 5 on your calendar, House Bill 1922 by Chairman Carringer. I see you there. We have a motion and second on the bill. Chairman Carringer, you are recognized on House Bill 1922.
Okay, thank you, Chairman and Committee. House Bill 1922 requires a sexual offender or a violent sexual offender to notify the owner or operator of a campground of their sex offender status prior to beginning their overnight stay. It establishes that a person who knowingly stays overnight at a campground without providing the required notice commits a Class C felony offense. And with that, I'll stand for question.
Thank you, Chairman Carringer. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, this bill does have fiscal impact, so without objection, House Bill 1922 goes behind the budget. Item number 6 on your calendar, also by Chairman Carringer, House Bill 1924. We have a motion and second on the bill. Chairman Carringer, you're recognized on House Bill 1924.
Thank you, Chairman and Committee. House Bill 1924 just requires that the Tennessee Advisory Commission on Intergovernmental Relations as TASER to study the status of the Crime Stoppers program across the state and make recommendations to enhance such programs and improve their outcome. With that, I'll stand for questions.
Thank you, Chairman Carringer. Any discussion on the bill? This is a TASER bill, so without objection, we're going to move House Bill 1924 to the TASER calendar. Item number 7 on your calendar, also by Chairman Carringer, House Bill 2309. We have a motion second on the bill. Chairman Carringer, you are recognized on House Bill 2309.
Thank you, Chairman and members. House Bill 2309 requires an addition to any sentence imposed for the criminal offense of vandalism. A court must impose a fine of at least twice the total amount of any property damage, loss, or expenses related to cleaning and restoration when the offense occurs at a house of worship. And there is an amendment that's been, but it doesn't make the bill.
That's traveling with the bill. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, this bill does have fiscal impact. So without objection, House Bill 2309 will go behind the budget. Item number 8 on your calendar, Senate Joint Resolution 48 by Chair Lady Carringer. We have a motion and second on the bill. Chair Lady Carringer, you're recognized on Senate Joint Resolution 48.
Thank you, Chairman. SJR 48 has already been passed in the Senate, and it's a resolution to ratify the actions of the Tennessee Emergency Communications Board to increase funding for the 911 system by changing the uniform rate of $1.50 to $1.86. This has already passed the Senate last year and went through public comment period and the Tennessee Emergency Communications Board in 2024. This is how the process works, and the actions of State Board require approval of the legislator by joint resolutions. That is why I'm before you, and I stand ready to answer questions.
Any discussion on the bill from the members? Representative Chisholm, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My question is about, there's another bill that that's going to have a TASER study with 911. If that TASER study comes back and it shows that that 911 does not need those funds to continue to move forward, would they be able to retract those dollars at that point?
And thank you for the question, Representative Chisholm. Yes, 911 supports the TASER study, and if the study calls for a funding change, then the process to adjust the rate would require the same process and the same public comment period, action of the State Board again, and approval of the General Assembly. But yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Representative Reeves.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Chair Lady, for bringing this. I've heard a lot about 911 in the last day and a half, and so I'm trying to kind of unpack a few things, if you would indulge me. So the first is the board whose actions we're ratifying. My understanding, this was a vote 5-4. Is that your understanding too?
That's correct. There was one city mayor that voted no, but also voted yes for the distributions. There's a county mayor that voted yes, and one director of 911 voted no.
Okay, and Chair, may I go back and forth?
Yes.
Thank you very much. And so was the comptroller with this or not? Did he vote on this?
The
comptroller's office?
Well, I don't know if you say there was a representative there, but we spoke to the comptroller. I mean, it's not anything to do with 911. There's probably some other 911s that aren't getting their reporting in on time that the comptroller is trying to address that as well as we are.
Okay. And I appreciate that. I think we all support the 911 system. But I heard today that there is about $350 million with the 911 system sitting in reserves. Do you have any sense of what the total operating budget of the 911 system is?
Yeah, well, that's good because the reserve system, the reserves keeps getting thrown around by a few around here.
Yeah.
The reserves are only for equipment replacement. They are already spoken for. 911 does not wait for disaster to strike like someone here in Nashville did. And to figure out what's going to happen. But they prepare for disaster and they work during disasters. And they also, every 911 system has a backup system. And their equipment every year depreciates. So they have to keep enough in there for reserves. And by the way, the state doesn't give any money to the 911.
And I appreciate that. I'm probably a no on this, not because I don't support 911, but I think that maybe that TASER study will give us some better insight.
Chairman Carringer.
No, the TASER study has no questions in there that will answer any of this. And some keep wanting to think that their reserves money can be just spent on anything, and that's not true. I would suggest meeting with your 911 director, anybody that has questions and all, and finding out just exactly what all. Also, 911 does not go in debt for their buildings. They buy them, they own them. Unlike one of our schools in Knox County, we've been paying interest for over 20 years and now the payment's due. So 911 owns and they don't go in debt over it. So.
All right. Thank you for the explanation. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Next on my list, Representative Kaplan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chair Lady, would you consider this a tax increase?
No, sir. This is a fee. And let me say that 911 has not had any increase since January 1st of 2021. We're going from $1.50 to $1.86. And I may also tell you all that I've already been charged that for the months of this year because Senate passed this last year. It's behind in the House because the Senate took off that week last year when we started. So it got filed in late bill filing. So no, it is not a tax increase. And back, several years ago, people were paying $3 for their business lines, and we were paying $1.50 for landlines and $1 for cell phones. So when you look at how things have changed, and even since COVID, none of us are paying for anything what we were paying before COVID. Everything has gone up. So I am totally supportive of 911 because I've had to call them a few times the past few years. And there's no doubt 911 saves lives. And the professionals know what they need in order to make sure that they meet our demands and have call system and the employees. So, with that, if anybody's got any other questions on.
We still have people on the list. Representative Kaplan.
Yeah, I can't see how this is not going to be a tax since we're going from $1.50 to $1.80, whatever it was.
$1.86.
It's going to be passed on the consumer. I mean, they're paying it right now. If you're a ratepayer, then you have to pay it, and it's going up to go to emergency services. I love my 911 guys. I mean, I've got one here today, but I don't see how this. I mean, I know you said it was a fee, but I just don't see how this is not a tax. So, thank you.
Thank you, Representative Capley. Next on the list, Representative Gant.
Thank you, Chairman. Representative Carringer, you mentioned something that I was not aware of, and that was a reserve fund that is apparently out there that I didn't know about. And what is the difference with that money that's in the reserve that can be used versus cannot be used? Or let me back up. The fee money that's coming in, how is that used versus the reserve could not be used to do certain things? What are the major hurdles there as far as what the reserve money could not be used for?
Okay, so reserves are only for equipment replacement. So when any of their systems go down, like Knox County is tied in with Jackson. So if things happened in Jackson, Knox County picked up and picked up their 911. 911 also travels with you across the state. When you leave Tennessee, you've still got 911 if you end up in Alabama. So there are certain things that they can only use that reserves for, and that is for equipment. And they're getting ready to come up on having to buy new radios because they change about every 5 to 6 years, and they've got to have the money to be able to pay for that if their main system goes out, plus if their backup system goes out. So everybody's kind of confused about reserves and being able to be spent on just every day-to-day operations.
So it can't be used for anything other than equipment. The money-
Exactly.
There's not anything else in the list or approval that it can be used for, only equipment.
Right.
And is that at the request of the comptroller's office? Is that the reason why it's set up that way?
As far as I know, that's how 911 was set up under a TASER study many years ago. And I know Knox County went through this back then. Our 911 was about to go under for Knox County. And we had to scramble and I was on commission, and we had to scramble doing a lot of work to get our 911 back up to be able to go. So that's all that they can use it for. It's just like in any kind of business like that, there's certain amounts of money that can only be used for certain things. And equipment, as we all know, and technology is ever changing every single day. Whatever comes out today is already late tomorrow. My husband was in the technology world for years, and it was always who could get their systems out the fastest.
Okay.
So
Okay, so if equipment is the only thing that can be used in the reserves, what is the big push for this increase to fund what?
to be able to help the other 911s and their everyday operation. We've got a couple of 911s across the state.
Yeah, I know, I don't mean to cut you off, but the chairman's going to cut me off if I don't get my answers. So what specifically are the 911 boards looking to specifically spend the money on? Is it salaries? Is it what?
For operating expenses, to be able to have the vehicles, the employees, and to keep their buildings and maintenance all up.
Okay. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Representative Gant. Next on my list, Deputy Speaker Zachary.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Move previous question.
I would ask the Deputy Speaker to withdraw that. I have other people on the list, of which I am one.
Move to withdraw.
Thank you. Chairman Gillespie.
Thank you, Chairman. Sponsor, thank you. Just a couple questions you may or may not have the answers to. First of all, I was just doing some research, and last fiscal year, the federal government appropriated about $14 billion for all the states and territories for the 911 system. Do you know where that money comes in Tennessee and where that comes into play in this factor?
Thank you for your question. No, they did not get any of it.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have any other questions.
Thank you. Chair Lady Carringer, I had a couple quick questions. With carrying a $334 million fund balance, what would this additional 30 some odd $million, why could you not operate under that with such a large fund balance? Would it be that the 911 board needed a little more freedom statutorily to be able to do that? Because I have a little bit of difficulty seeing that balance and then raising the fee so quickly after we did 5 years ago, particularly when that fee was a pretty big increase from the previous fee.
So again, I will say the reserves can only be spent on equipment. Okay. And then the state doesn't give 911 any money. So
the state gives the statutory authority, which is why you're standing here with a resolution to allow them to be able to tax the citizens of the state through a fee or a bill. And so whenever there's this huge fund balance out there, to me, it seems like instead of asking for more revenue, that the 911 board would ask for more freedom with the revenue that they've already collected.
I believe it's in Tennessee code, what they can spend it all on. So we may have to go change some Tennessee code.
Yeah.
That's as far as I know, Chairman.
Well, that seems to be what my concern is, because we have, in this instance, we have a resolution which is in enabling them to be able to increase this tax, which does not allow us to change the code or even the fee because it's a resolution. So even if we wanted to say, we wanted to allow them to charge $2 for it, regardless of what the number, whether it's an increase or a reduction, we couldn't amend this because it's a resolution. So it's a simple up-down vote on a tax increase. I guess the challenge that I have that you stated previously too is that the tax increase, they already started doing it. They're already started taxing the citizens of this state without the authority to do it. And it's pretty difficult.
Am I able to speak?
Yes.
No, 911 didn't start charging. The cell phone companies charged us,
No.
not 911.
Yes.
911 didn't do it, and 911 hasn't gotten any money from it. And as of yet, I've not got any credit on my cell phone bills.
Well, it seems to me like that maybe we should figure out how to
How are they allowed to do that?
That's the question.
But it wasn't 911.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying, but they don't have the statutory authority to do it. So I'm just concerned about those two things. I think that it's somewhat somehow gotten the cart before the horse and carrying a revenue or a bill where we could actually, a general bill where we could actually fix the problem that I hear that you're saying and what might be for our EOCs, because I love my 911 folks. They do a phenomenal job, and they've done a phenomenal job under the resources that they've had with, the loss of life and tornadic events in my community for years. And so I'm very thankful for the work that they do. And so I'm just a little bit concerned about the how, and as much as it is an increase. So thank you. Chairman Hicks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I'm in support of this bill. I guess let me start there. So if you go back and you look at 911 boards, and so first of all, let's talk about, they are about as local as you can get. So the mayor makes the decision on who to appoint, and then the commission will confirm. And so these folks that have brought this to us are about as local as you can get. So as you look at those reserves, 300 and some million, you got to remember that's cumulative. So you're talking about my 911 will have a reserve, another 911 in West Tennessee, all those together. So my 911 can't reach over to West Tennessee and grab that reserve. So it's a little bit hard to say when you have 300 million sitting there that they all have access to that. That's, again, cumulative. So I would caution that first and foremost. But this has been voted on by our 911 boards. Our local folks have brought this to us saying we need the ability to be able to do this. So all this is saying that, hey, locals, if you all want to make this fee on your local constituents, you all know best how you're spending the money. The accountability is there on our locals, and that's why I'm going to support this. My 911 in Hawkins County I've spoke with, they are in dire straits of needing extra funding. And so that's why I'm going to support this. One increase since, I guess, 2020, I think was the last one. And as we well know, everything is going up. Equipment's going up, and especially in my neck of the woods up there, the disasters, it's hard to find good people. It's hard to find good people that want to go and work in 911 because, not only is there a dispatch component, but also obviously the 911. That weighs on folks, and it's not easy to go out and recruit people to work at 911. So that's why I'm supportive of this bill, and I'm supportive of this local bill and giving them the ability to raise the funds to operate. So thank you for bringing it.
Thank you, Representative Shaw.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I'll say amen to the chairman. Having served on the county commission, I really understand 911 pretty well, and I want to commend you for bringing this. Mr. Chairman, I don't know if I'm out of order, whether there'll be another meeting, but I think it would really be good if this was rolled a week and people talk to their 911 folks locally and to see how this works, because I support this because I understand how 911 works. I'd hate to see this fail.
Chairman, is it the will of the committee? If you want to make a motion, you can do so, or we can vote on the bill. It's really up to you. If it's a proper motion, if you want to make one, and if someone wants a second, you can.
I really don't know what to do. I hate to see the bill fail is what I'm saying, but
Well, if you want to make a motion, you don't get a second, you'll find out real quick whether
All
there's
right.
one other person agrees with
okay,
it.
well, I'll make the motion to roll it a week, and if I don't get a second, I know it's not going to roll.
Yeah. I got a second over there, so
Is this
there is an objection. Okay. So we do have objection. So okay, praise the Lord. So we're ready to vote. Any further discussion? That's everybody on my list. So we're ready to vote. Madam Clerk, please open the board for a vote. All those in favor of Senate Joint Resolution 48, vote aye. Vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change their vote? Hearing none, seeing none. Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 8 ayes, 4 noes.
Senate Joint Resolution 48 was safe all along. Senate Joint Resolution 48 moves to full finance.
Thank you, Chairman and members.
Yes, item number 9 on the calendar, House Bill 2373 by Chairman Doggett. I see him in the back of the room. We have a motion and a second. Chairman Doggett, you are recognized on House Bill 2373.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee. I'd just like to personal order here. Some of my most favorite people in the General Assembly are in this room here today on this committee. So
You're out of order. You have a motion second on House Bill 2373, Chairman Doggett.
yes, sir. Thank you. This bill is currently right now for law enforcement that they are required to attend 40 hours of in-service training every year. And as a part of that, they get a salary supplement or a training supplement. And so our correctional officers in our local jails are also required to have 40 hours of in-service training each year. Yet they do not receive a training supplement. That's all this bill does. We've had this a few times in years past since I've been here, and bringing it this year. We'd like to try to get this across the finish line and help with recruiting and retention of our local jailers.
Thank you, Chairman Doggett. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none. House Bill 2373 does have a fiscal impact, so without objection, House Bill 2373 goes behind the budget. Item number 10 on your calendar, also by Chairman Doggett. Chairman Doggett, we have a motion second, but we're going to roll this bill to the heel of the calendar.
Today's?
Yes, sir.
See you later.
Thanks. Appreciate it. House Bill 2375 to the heel. Item number 11, House Bill 1677 by Chairman Eldridge. Chairman Eldridge, we have a motion and a second on the bill. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill is to help military families that are get transferred into the state of Tennessee. If a spouse has a license from another state, this is to elevate them to maybe get licensed quicker so they can get back into the workforce.
Thank you, Thank you, Chairman Eldridge. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, without objection, House Bill 1677 does have a fiscal impact. So without objection, House Bill 1677 goes behind the budget.
Thank you, Chairman and committee.
Item numbers 12 through eternity, 17 have already been taken up. So we're now on item number 18 by Chairman Grills, House Bill 1980. We have a motion and a second on the bill. Chairman Grills, you are recognized on House Bill 1980.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill changes how courts handle bond violations. If it expands and clarifies when a judge can revoke someone's bond and hold them without bail before a trial. If they violate a condition of the bail, then the judge can hold them up to 10 days.
Thank you, Chairman Grills. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, are we ready to vote? Madam Clerk, would you please open the board for a vote. All those in favor of House Bill 1980 moving to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change their vote? Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 9 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 1980 moves to full finance. Item number 19 on your calendar, House Bill 2251 by Chairman Grills. Do I have a motion? Motion, and I'll second it. Chairman Grills, you are recognized on House Bill 2251.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill would create a pilot program allowing certain counties in Tennessee to appoint criminal magistrates to handle parts of criminal court proceedings in order to reduce heavy court loads. They take the 10 busiest counties with the 10 busiest court loads.
Thank you, Chairman Grills. Any discussion on the bill? Representative Shaw, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Could you kind of explain how that would work in a brief statement?
Yes, sir.
Grills.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. County Commission would have the ability to decide if they want to do that. The comptroller each year, I believe it's in December, releases the counties that are burdened down with the largest court loads. And then the top 10 would be able to, that county commission would be able to adopt this policy and allow a magistrate to come in and handle those pretrial court
Okay, thank you.
set bonds and things of that nature.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Chairman Grills. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we're ready to vote. Madam Clerk, please open the board for a vote. All those in favor of House Bill 2251 moving to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Would anyone like to change your vote? Hearing none, seeing none. Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 10 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 2251 moves to full finance.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Grills. Item number 20 on your calendar, House Bill 1835 by Chairman Hale. At the back, do I have a motion second? We have a motion second on the bill, Chairman Hale. When you get in place, you are recognized on House Bill 1835.
Thank you so much, Chairman and committee. House Bill 1835 would require the Department of Human Services to apply for and if approved, participate in the federal summer EBT program. This would be a program that would provide $120 for meals over the summer. It would feed nearly 700,000 children across all 95 counties. It's just aimed at feeding our children and taking care of their needs.
Thank you, Chairman Hale. Any discussion on the bill? Chairman Hicks.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman Hill, how will this, I guess, correspond with what the governor is currently doing and what he's decided to do?
So currently he's using $3 million that is feeding and kind of picking 15 of the 95 counties, and it's only focused at 18,000 kids. So it would replace that and go back to the summer EBT that would take care of 700,000 kids.
Chairman Hicks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your work on this. It does have a fiscal impact, however, so without objection, House Bill 1835 will go behind the budget.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Hill. Item number 21 on your calendar, waiting patiently, House Bill 2485 by Chairman Haston. We have a motion, second on the bill. Chairman Haston, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I know you have a lot to get to. I'll be as brief as possible. Many students who originally qualified as economically disadvantaged fell out of qualified status, not because of their economic situation changed, but because the definition of what qualified them changed. This means that probably each member on this committee has a school system in their district that will lose somewhere in the neighborhood of $250,000 to $2 million each. This bill simply takes us back to defining economically disadvantaged as it was first defined when TISA was put into place. With that, I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, Chairman Haston. Any discussion for Chairman Haston? Chairman Haston, I appreciate your advocacy on this. I think it's a really important part of what we do. The way we changed how kids qualify at the federal level versus doing it at the local level has really impacted our local school systems. I really feel like this is something we should take a look at, but it is super expensive. And so without objection, House Bill 2485 will go behind the budget. Chairman Haston, would you like to recognize your special guest that I saw since he sticks out in the crowd like you?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I do have a shadow today. He's been shadowing me for 17 years. My son, Tanner. Thank you. But yeah, he's on spring break and is thrilled to be at the Capitol.
Absolutely. Welcome, Tanner. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Item number 22 on your calendar, House Bill 2358. Without objection, will be rolled to the Hill. Item number 23 on your calendar, House Bill 2359 by Chairman Hawk. Chairman Hawk, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members. Last year, we passed vape legislation, House Bill 2359 will make two targeted fixes to strengthen that framework. It will close a synthetic nicotine loophole that the original law only covered natural nicotine. So manufacturers have been sidestepping part of that law. Also, it moves enforcement to the ABC, clarifying that fines and violations are issued by Alcoholic Beverage Commission, putting the enforcement where it belongs. The amendment on this will also allow local law enforcement to participate with ABC in underage stings that go on. And it will work to allow ABC to have proper staff to properly enforce the legislation. I do have a letter from the ABC stating that they can and would accept that within the parameters of their budget themselves.
Thank you, Chairman Hogg. I do have an amendment, Chairman Hicks, that
All right, thank you, members. Again, we are on House Bill 2359 by Chairman Hawk. We do have an amendment filed by Chairman Williams. And Chairman Williams, I have 017000. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Do we have a motion to second on the amendment? Have a motion to second. Would you please describe the amendment?
Yes, this amendment, after discussion with Chairman Hawk, simply changes the taxation variable between open and closed systems and makes them consistent based upon volume. It will require a little more work from ABC. It does generate a little bit of additional revenue. And so with that, I'd ask for your support.
All right, thank you very much, members. You've heard the description of the amendment. Any discussion? Hearing none, seeing none. We're now voting on Amendment Drafting Code 017000 on the House Bill 2359. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. The ayes have it. We're back when the bill is amended.
Thank you, Chairman Hicks. Any further discussion on the bill as amended? Chairman Hawk, any further comment?
As long as it helps the bill pass, let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. No further discussion. Madam Clerk, will you please open the board for a vote? All those in favor of House Bill 2359, moving on to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change your vote? Hearing none, seeing none. Madam Clerk, please take a vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 8 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 2359 moves to full finance.
Thank you, Chairman, members.
Item number 24, House Bill 725 by Chair Lady Haynes, without objection, will be rolled 1 week. Item number 25 on your calendar, House Bill 1754 by Chairman Howell. We have a motion second on the bill. Chairman Howell, you're recognized on House Bill 1754.
Thank you, Chairman Committee. Members, Tennessee is in the top 10 of states for boat theft and boat fraud. We are a destination state for stolen boats. Just in my and Senator Hatcher's district alone in 2025, there were 80 stolen boats or abandoned boats on our rivers and lakes in just those 4 counties. This bill seeks to change that by simply bringing boat ownership in line with many other states and similar to how we do motor vehicles with a title. The title will show ownership, vessel identification, any lenders with liens, which protects the buyers, the lenders, the insurers, and boat owners from fraud. There is a fee, a one-time fee for the title, of course, just like there is for a vehicle. It's $25. 5 of that goes to the county clerk for administration costs. The remainder 20 is divided up and primarily for local governments and TWRA to police this problem and remove abandoned vessels and the environmental issues from our lakes and streams. It does have a positive fiscal note, and I would ask passage.
Thank you, Chairman Howell. It does have a fiscal impact. I'm sorry, turn my mic on. Thank you, Chairman Howell. This does have a fiscal impact. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, House Bill 1754, without objection, will go behind the budget. Item number 26 on your calendar, House Bill 2619, also by Chairman Howell. We have a motion and a second on the bill. Chairman Howell, you're recognized on House Bill 2619.
Thank you, Chairman Committee. This is the patient's first bill. It is all about fairness, transparency, and accountability for our patients in the health insurance industry. Patients deserve, of course, medical decisions that are made by qualified medical professionals, not by artificial intelligence algorithms, which is the way those denials and approvals are being handled now. This bill simply says several things. I'll go through them quickly. Insurance companies cannot allow AI to deny or approve your claim without a medical professional putting eyes on that claim. A qualified health provider must review and approve it. Prohibits sending a patient's medical information outside the U.S. About 61% of those reviews are sent outside the country now. It increases oversight by creating the Tennessee Commission of Insurance Review. The commission will hear complaints, investigate wrongdoing, and enforce the laws through the Attorney General's office, especially when insurance companies are giving the appearance and accused of practicing medicine without a license. It stops downcoding and underpayment. Insurers cannot reduce payments by changing billing codes after the fact, which is being done now. It gives 60 days notice when contract changes are made between the insurers and the providers. A hospital in my district recently had an overnight notice with a letter that they had suddenly been taken out of network. It affected about 8,000 people in my district. We want to change that by putting a 60-day notice on that. It also provides for transparency of ownership. Many of our insurers, the major insurers, own subsidiaries. We saw that in the PBM bill that I believe that has already passed. For example, United, the largest insurer, owns 2,700 subsidiaries. So we're just asking for transparency, and it'll be reported to the insurance department and the new commission that is created in this bill, as well as the patients, and I would ask for approval.
Thank you, Chairman Howell. Any discussion? Chairman Higgs.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman Howell, I thank you for the bill. As you were speaking, I've noticed head shaking yes and thumbs up all across the room. This gives transparency. This is something that we're going to have to really start paying attention to. It doesn't look like the federal government is going to take a hold of this and do anything with it whatsoever. I think it's going to be left up to the states.
Yes.
And Tennessee can be a leader in figuring out this vertical integration, how insurance and healthcare is going together. I don't think it's a good thing, and I think transparency is what it's all about. So thank you very much for the bill. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Sometimes transparency does have a cost, however, and so without objection, House Bill 2619 will go behind the budget.
Thank you,
Item number
Chairman. Maybe we'll get
27
lucky.
on your calendar, House Bill 2567. Chairman Kumar, I think I saw him come in. Chairman Kumar, we have a motion, second on the bill. Chairman Kumar, you are recognized on House Bill 2567.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This was a cleanup bill following the habitual domestic violence registry that we established last year. After the bill was well received, we received calls from several states wishing to do a similar registry for people who are persistent domestic violence offenders. With input from the TBI and with a consideration of other factors, we are revising things and adding certain things, such as, does a previous conviction that is out of state, does that count towards the registry, or how the information is transmitted from the clerk's office to TBI. And with that, I will answer any questions.
Thank you, Chairman Kumar. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, would you please open the board for a vote? All those in favor of House Bill 2567 moving to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change your vote? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 10 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do it. Have it. House Bill 2567 moves to full finance. Item number 28 on your calendar, also by Chairman Kumar, House Bill 2574. You are recognized, Chairman Kumar.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. When a person is arrested for the DUI, the conventional system has been that they will resist getting their blood draw or breath test done. And the idea was to authorize law enforcement to use reasonable force to hold them and get this done. However, law enforcement is hesitant about the definition of reasonable force. So here, if there is an implied consent violation, what this bill did was to add 6 months additional to the suspension of license rather than trying to hold them down. When we did that, it was supposed to apply to both breath test and blood draw. Well, breath test got left out, so we are adding it here.
Thank you so much, Chairman Kumar. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, this bill does impact driver's license calendar. So we do have a driver's license calendar. So without objection, House Bill 2574 moves to the driver's license calendar. Item number 29 on your calendar, House Bill 2009 by Chairman Lafferty, We have a motion and second on the bill. Chairman Lafferty, you are recognized on House Bill 2009.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, committee. Am I properly amended, Chairman?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you for that. This bill is, as amended, is going to allow the local legislative bodies to request TDOT to conduct traffic noise studies on the state roadways. The amendment made it to where it will not cost the state. It will tell TDOT to send them an invoice, and then they'll do the study. With that, I request passage.
Thank you, Chairman Lafferty. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, we're ready to vote. Madam Clerk, will you please open the board for a vote? All those in favor of House Bill 2009 moving to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change your vote? Hearing none, seeing none. Madam Clerk, will you please take the vote?
Mr. Chairman, you have 10 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do have it. One verbal aye. House Bill 2009 moves full finance.
I appreciate the nostalgia of the vocal vote. Thank you.
Yes. Item number 30 on your calendar, House Bill 2260 by Chairman Greg Martin. Chairman Martin, you are recognized on House Bill 2260.
Thank you, Chairman and committee. This bill would enhance the penalty of arson when the target is a pregnancy resource center. This penalty would raise from a Class C felony to a Class B felony. You may recall the attempted arson attack on the Hope Clinic for Women in Nashville a few years back. This bill prioritizes the safety of these kinds of facilities, their staff, and pregnant women that are seeking help in troubled times. And I stand ready for any questions.
Thank you, Chairman Martin. Any questions for Chairman Martin? Seeing none, this bill does have fiscal impact. So without objection, House Bill 2260 will go behind the budget. Item number 31, also by Chairman Martin, House Bill 2263. We have a motion second on the bill. Chairman Martin, you're recognized on House Bill 2263.
Thank you, Chairman and committee. House Bill 2263 adds starvation resulting in the death of livestock animals to the type of conduct that constitutes a Class C felony of aggravated cruelty to livestock animals. This does not include normal husbandry practices, market decisions, drought challenges, or veterinary care. And I stand ready for any questions that Chairman or committee.
Thank you, Chairman Martin. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, this bill does have fiscal impact, so we'll have to consider it at a later date. Without objection, House Bill 2263 will go behind the budget. Item number 32, also by Chairman Martin, House Bill 2261. I have a motion? I'll second it. Chairman Martin, I'm sorry. House Bill 2264. Kind of a motion second. We have a motion second on House Bill 2264. Chairman Martin, you are recognized on House Bill 2264.
Thank you, Chairman. This has an amendment that
It's traveling with.
Okay. Thank you, Chairman and committee. House Bill 2264 as amended establishes a Class A misdemeanor for those who disrupt the worship of a religious assembly. Most of us followed the events that took place earlier this year in Minnesota, and regardless of one's political opinions or personal feelings, the right to worship is a fundamental pillar of the American way of life. And this bill expresses the intent of the state of Tennessee to always uphold our right of worship. And with that, I stand ready for any questions.
Thank you very much. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, Chairman Martin, this also does have a fiscal impact. We'll have to place it behind the budget and consider it a later date. Without objection, House Bill 2264 will go behind the budget. Item number 33 on your calendar, House Bill 2422. We have a motion and second on the bill. Chairman Martin, you are recognized on House Bill 2422.
Thank you. And there is an amendment that's traveling with this. It's 16661 that's traveling with it. Can't do anything about that amendment number,
No.
Mr. Chairman, but it is. So thank you, Chairman and committee. House Bill 2422 establishes a 2-year pilot program beginning in the 2027-2028 school year to evaluate whether administering fewer district and state mandated assessments in certain schools results in students achieving greater academic success. The Department of Education would select up to 10 high-performing eligible LEAs to participate in the pilot program. Students in grades K through 8 in participating schools would be eligible for reduced testing requirements if they achieve above the 40th percentile on the universal reading screener and on the universal screener in mathematics. And I stand ready for any questions, Mr. Chairman and committee, at this time.
Thank you, Chairman Martin. Any discussion on the bill? Chairman Crawford.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. One question. Will this also include charter schools or private schools or only public schools? And Or is it going to be divided up, those 10 positions between the three main districts of the state?
Chairman Martin.
Yeah, I don't know that that has been determined as far as each three grand divisions, but the Department of Education will make the determination on which LEAs is what this is related to. It's not related to public schools, private schools. It's not related to charter schools, but to the individual LEAs. And we're not exactly sure how many districts would meet this criteria, but it's going to be only, and who all would want to participate. Some may not choose to participate, even though they would be eligible in this pilot program. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Yes, Leader Martin, Leader Cochran. So many Martins.
No, hey, I just wanted to compliment you on the legislation. I think it's great. I think it gives an opportunity for some local autonomy and some local innovation. So I appreciate it. I'm going to sign on. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? See none, this bill does have fiscal impact, so we'll have to place it behind the budget and consider it a later date. So without objection, House Bill 2422 will go behind the budget. Item number 34, also by Chairman Martin, House Bill 2423. Do I have a motion? We have a motion and a second on the bill. Chairman Martin, you're recognized on House Bill 2423.
Thank you, Chairman and Committee. House Bill 2423 helps high schools recruit librarians. This bill, first of all, qualifies an advanced degree in media and technology to lead a library information specialist endorsement. Applicable degrees would be determined by the State Board of Education and the Department of Education. And second of all, it provides flexibility for schools with less than 750 enrolled students to place a teacher with a valid license as a school librarian. This language scheme comes from the State Board of Education for grades K through 8. And after speaking with fiscal review, the bill has been corrected, fiscal note, which estimates the impact to be not significant. And with that, I stand ready for questions.
Thank you, Chairman Martin. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, are we ready to vote? Madam Clerk, will you please open the board for a vote? All those in favor of House Bill 2423 moving to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change your vote? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 2423 goes to full finance. Thank you, Chairman Martin. Members, we're going to go out of order without objection, going to item number 42, House Bill 2029 by Chairman Faison. We have a motion second on the bill. Chairman Faison, I think you have a drafting code amendment, drafting code 016854. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That is it.
So, okay, for the purpose of discussion, can I have a motion and second on we have a motion and second on the amendment. For purpose of discussion, we'll put that amendment on. All those in favor of drafting code 016854, say aye. Those opposed, vote no. The ayes do have it. Amendment drafting code 016854 is on the bill. Chairman Faison, you are recognized on House Bill 2029 as amended.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, Committee. Certainly good to be with you. This bill is about dietitians, and I just happen to have the very most beautiful dietitian in all of America and the smartest dietitian, my wife. A personal privilege. I'll make her feel welcome, please.
Thank you.
Committee, this bill protects patients by ensuring that nutrition services used to assess, treat, or manage diseases are delivered by appropriately qualified providers educated in that field, while leaving wellness, coaching, and general nutrition to education outside the scope of the licensure. Importantly, the bill preserves consumer choice by explicitly allowing trainers, health coaches, and other wellness professionals to provide non-medical nutrition services that do not constitute the treatment of disease or rise to the level of requiring licensure. Long story short, the dietitian's scope of practice bill has not been opened or worked on since the late 70s, early 80s, and this just kind of brings and modifies all what's happened in the last 30, 40 years in the dietetic world.
Is there any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, are we ready to vote? Madam Clerk, will you please open the board for the vote? All those in favor of House Bill 2029 as amended being moved to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change their vote? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 13 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 2029 moves out to full finance only because the First Lady of Cock County is here. Item number 35 on your calendar, House Bill 1733 by Chair Lady Moody. We have a motion and second on the bill. Chair Lady Moody, you are recognized on House Bill 1733.
Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you for
You're
your
recognized.
consideration today. This actually came from some folks back in West Tennessee who had the unfortunate experience of a teacher's assistant bullying their daughter. So as we checked in with the Tennessee State School Board to gather more information, we found out that there is a gap in the law when it comes to reporting a non-licensed school employee. So what our proposal of this bill would do, it would include all school employees. And of course, the procedure is they would go before the school board. If they are convicted, then it will go on their record. And that way, because this was the other problem, the non-licensed person could go to another district, it would not be on the record. So that's why we included all school employees under this new version of this bill about bullying. And with that, take any questions.
Thank you, Chair Lady Moody. Any, Chairman Gillespie, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chair Lady, thank you for bringing this. Just a quick question. I think I'm reading this right. Does this also apply to private schools?
Let's see, it says, oh wait, where did it go?
Chair Lady Moody, you're recognized.
I had it. I don't know. Is it in there? Did you see something? I'm sorry. I know y'all are in a hurry.
Chairman Gillespie.
Thank you so much. I'm just reading the bill summary, and it says a
Okay.
school employee means an employee of a private school, an LEA, or public charter school, or other public school.
I knew it was
I don't
somewhere
know.
in it.
I just wanted to
Yes.
confirm that that
Yes,
was
yes,
accurate.
yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Chairman Gillespie.
No, thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so this would, like, we're talking about, you mentioned a teacher's aide in your specific example, but would this also apply to a custodian or some auxiliary? Okay.
If they are an employee, they're in this now.
Okay.
If it
Perfect.
passes and gets funded.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Lady. Thank you, Chairman. Any further discussion on the bill? This bill does have a fiscal impact, so we're going to have to place it behind the budget and consider it at a later date. So without objection, House Bill 1733 goes behind the budget. Item number 36 on your calendar, House Bill 1021 by Chairman Russell. There is motion and second on the bill. Chairman Russell, you are recognized on House Bill 1021.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The committee, House Bill 1021 ensures that when a billboard is taken through condemnation or eminent domain, that the owner receives just compensation for their investment and business loss. It also reflects months of hard work between the outdoor advertising industry and TDOT to determine fair compensation and realistic costs. With that, I renew my motion.
Thank you, Chairman Russell. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, I want to thank Chairman Russell for this bill. I do think it's really important that we figure out a solution as it relates to these signs whenever there's a road project going on in the state. Representative Parkson, you are recognized. And thank you for coming to committee.
Yes, sir.
As
Thank
you
you.
can see.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm honored to be here. Had to be in judiciary to present a bill, but by your leave, sir, if you don't mind, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And Chairman Russell, thank you so much for bringing this legislation, man. You know, this is important to Tennesseans, important to citizens who have to, by no fault of their own, you know, lose their properties. And so I truly appreciate it, and hope we can get this. Hopefully, we can get this through the, you know, across the finish line. It's a good bill.
Thank you. I concur. Any further discussion? This bill does have fiscal impact, so we're going to have to place it behind the budget and consider it at a later date. House Bill 1021, go behind the budget.
Thank you.
Item number 37 on your calendar, House Bill 2135. I have a motion or a notice from your office to roll that a week. Is that yes? So without objection, House Bill 2135 will be rolled 1 week. Item number 38, House Bill 2145 by Chairman Terry. Do I have a motion? Do I have a motion second on the bill? Chairman Terry, you're recognized on House Bill 2145.
Thank you, Chairman Committee. This is the Respiratory Care Interstate Compact. And as you guys are aware, we have several of these healthcare related compacts. And what we're trying to do here, if we're one of the first 7 states that get in this compact, we can also have a member on the board. And so with that, I would ask for your support.
Thank you, Chairman Terry. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, this bill does have a fiscal impact, so we'll have to place it behind the budget and consider it at a later date. So without objection, House Bill 2145 will go behind the budget.
Can I be recognized?
Yes.
Okay, I may be out of order, but while I'm on camera, I'd like to wish my wife Cheryl a happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to her. Happy birthday. I'm sure she's not watching, but you can say you did it for the record. So item number 39 on your calendar, House Bill 2065, been requested by the member to be rolled 1 week. So without objection, House Bill 2065, 1 week. Item number 40 on your calendar, also by Chairman Todd, House Bill 2518, has also been requested by the member to be rolled 1 week. So without objection, House Bill 2518, 1 week. Item number 41, Chairman Vaughn. I see him waiting patiently over here. House Bill 1932. Chairman Vaughn, you are recognized on House Bill 1932.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. What House Bill 1932 attempts to do is to condense the redemption period when people aren't paying their taxes. It attempts to get property back on the market in the hands of productive taxpaying citizens faster.
Thank you, Chairman Vaughn, for this bill and your description. Any further discussion on the bill? Yes, Representative Parkinson, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Chairman, can you just give just a little bit more detail on how we
Sure.
get them? Thank you, sir.
Glad to do so. Currently in present code, if you are 5 years, imagine this, 5 years delinquent on your property taxes, you have up to a year to redeem it even after a property tax sale. This would cut that 5 years to 3 years or less. And then the code currently says that gives people, contemplates 8 years or more. And this change, it's 90 days. And what we're saying is anytime over 3 years, then there's a 90-day redemption period. So we're compressing extended periods of time to try to get delinquent property or abandoned properties back on the tax roll.
Representative Parkinson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I appreciate your intent. I just fundamentally have an issue with people that, they never actually own a property. The government owns their property and the government can come and take their property, in situations like this, and so I just fundamentally have a strong issue with that. We say, we want people to live the American dream. And part of what I've been taught growing up, the American dream was home ownership. But you never actually really own your home. The government owns your home and can take it when they see fit, or if you don't pay continuing property taxes over and over and over. So you never actually own it. So I appreciate your intent, but I'm gonna have to vote no on this one. Thank you, sir.
Chairman Vaughn.
My first reaction is say, you're talking a lot like a sovereign citizen, sir, but just kidding, just kidding. I don't like property taxes either, but we have to fund local government activities somehow, and that's the way that this body and local counties choose to use to fund those activities. And I'm just trying to say that fair treatment for those that pay shouldn't be carrying people who don't pay. And so what I'm trying to do is shorten that time window.
Thank you, Chairman Vaughn. Any further discussion? Seeing none, are we ready to vote? Madam Clerk, please open the board for a vote. All those in favor of House Bill 1932, moving to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change their vote? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please take the vote?
Mr. Chairman, you have 12 ayes, 1 no.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 1932 moves to full finance.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, committee.
We previously considered item number 42 by Chairman Faison, so we are now on item number 43 by Representative Alexander. We have a motion and second on House Bill 2323 by Representative Alexander.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, committee. This bill, in East Tennessee, we have one of the greatest treasures of this state. A town that was incorporated in 1779 in order that they might become a town by a bordering state, North Carolina. It is a really unusual situation that we have in our area. We have increased our property, our population by 38% since 2020. We've increased we've got 7,000 people now instead of the 5,000 we had in the last census. We're doing everything we can. We are very cautious about how we spend money. We do not want to do another tax increase. So this is an impact fee that will be applied to development in our area because we don't know where else to get the money from. We're treading water. And we are slowly, step by step, doing a little road project here and there, but we can't get any big project going on a road that we not need to break up that was built in 1920. I mean, when you are a historic district like we are, your sidewalks are bricks laid. When the Presbyterian Church had to paint the steeple of the church, it had to be hand chiseled off. The paint did. I mean, we're really trying the best to keep the treasure we have in Jonesboro still a treasure. But we've got 40,000 cars going through our area right now a day because we are a county seat as well as the oldest historic district in this state.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate.
Yeah, thank you very much. We do have some questions. Representative Shaw, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank you for bringing this for one simple reason. There are places in this state do not need impact fees. They're doing well, but there are places in this state where there's a need for some sort of fee to build a community. And I can agree with you because I've got a very same kind of situation back in my district. So I thank you for thinking about your people and bringing this bill in. I'm in support of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Chairman Hicks?
Thank you, Chairman. And Representative Alexander, who, is this a local bill?
Yes, it is. It was brought to me by go ahead.
No, you were fixing to answer my question. Who sent you this bill?
My mayor and alderman, and my mayor is the biggest developer in our town.
So it has been voted on by your locals. And they've
Yes.
asked you to do this.
Yes.
All
they
right. Thank
have.
you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman Hicks. Chairman Hicks 2.0.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I just want to reiterate what a unique situation that Jonesboro has. I mean, it's a small town, 7,000 people. Okay. There's not a lot of property owners there. They've raised taxes tremendously over the last little bit. It is a heavy tourist town, lots of festivals. I mean, it's the oldest town in Tennessee. 40,000 cars a day goes through this little place, believe it or not. I mean, it's hard to believe. You can't hardly get through it. It is the county seat, courthouse, the jail is all right there in the little town of Jonesboro. Been going there since I was a kid. 38% growth since COVID. I mean, that's unbelievable. Everybody wants to come and be a part of this little town. And, sales tax, they do have good sales tax, but it's very seasonal. And they just have to try to do the best that they can. And coupled in with all that, everybody hears it all the time, inflation. And it's just extremely hard to make ends meet for this little town that doesn't have a lot of people, but has a lot of tourists. So I think that's why they're needing this, and you explained it well. So I thank you for bringing it and just ask for passage of this legislation. Thank you.
Thank you,
Chairman.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Any further discussion on the bill? Seeing none. Farmers Market, downtown Jonesboro. Great place to give soup and sandwich. I've been there a couple of times, but great place. So without objection, we're going to vote. Madam Clerk, please open the board for a vote. All those in favor of House Bill 2323 moving to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change their vote? Hearing none, seeing none. Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 7 ayes, 4 noes, 2 present not voting.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 2323 moves to full finance. Item number 44, also by Representative Alexander, House Bill 2126. We have a motion and second on the bill. Representative Alexander, you are recognized on House Bill 2126.
Thank you. What this bill does, a few years ago, and I think Chairman Williams, you carried this bill, that we didn't allow homelessness under our bridges and underpasses, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was your bill. Because of that, we've seen in our area a lot of homelessness that are getting onto private property. And this bill just put up some rules to try to establish some penalties for destroying private property and the homeowners being responsible for it. That's all this bill does.
Thank you, Representative Alexander. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, this bill does have fiscal impact, so we'll have to place it behind the budget and consider it later date. Without objection, House Bill 2126 goes behind the budget. Thank you, Representative.
Thank you, Chairman.
Item
Thank
number
you all.
45, House Bill 1847 by Representative Butler. We have a motion and second on the bill. Representative Butler, you are recognized on House Bill 1847.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This legislation provides some parameters around data centers and put some guardrails around data centers to protect our consumers and our ratepayers. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, Representative Butler. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, appreciate this bill. I think it's a good first start, but it does have a fiscal impact. So we're going to place it behind the budget and consider it a later date. So without objection, House Bill 1847 will go behind the budget. Item number 46 on your calendar, House Bill 1550 by Representative Davis. Do I have a motion? We have a motion and a second on the bill. Representative Davis, you are recognized on House Bill 1550.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, committee. So essentially what House Bill 1550 does is it changes the word, currently in statute, we have epinephrine auto injectors in our statute. And what this legislation does is it changes that word to epinephrine so that other delivery methods can be utilized. The importance of that is that currently right now, the manufacturer of the auto injectors provides those auto injectors to the school system. So there's not really any cost to the school system. But now that there's a nasal spray that's available, the manufacturer of that nasal spray can't provide the same sort of similar program of gifting that product to the school system because of the way that the statute reads, because it's specific to auto injectors. And so that's the importance of this legislation to allow for current delivery methods and then future.
Thank you, Representative Davis. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, are we ready to vote? Madam Clerk, would you please open the board for a vote? All those in favor of House Bill 1550 moving to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change their vote? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 12 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 1550 moves to full finance.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, committee.
Next on calendar, item number 47, also by Representative Davis, House Bill 2329. We have a motion and a second on the bill. Representative Davis, you are recognized on House Bill 2329.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, committee. So this piece of legislation creates a school nurse grant, very similar to the same sort of program that we did with respect to the school resource officers. And so the importance of this is it allows for those local LEAs, especially those that have critical needs, students that do not have a full-time nurse in their school system, to be able to access those grant dollars. That will be outside of TISA funds. And at a minimum, we just need enough to obviously to set up the program in the E-grant program. And so what we're looking to do this year is just create the policy and the structure. And hopefully, y'all feel very generous and fund some as well. But moving forward, we want to have that same level of professional there in our school system that can respond not only in emergent situations, but also everyday situations. School nursing is not Band-Aids and ice anymore. We have nurses that are giving Narcan. We have nurses that are giving tube feedings. We have nurses that are responding to obviously COVID or some of these other various different things. And one of the things that's so important about having a nurse that can triage situations, when a student comes into that clinic, if there is a nurse present, 89% of the time they go back to the classroom. So it reduces chronic absenteeism. And then also you have someone there that has a familiarity or a relationship with those students and knows that family, knows what's going on at home. So if there is a student that has a stomach ache, might be the flu, it might be there's a TCAP test, it might be that there's something going on at home. And so you have someone there that is a professional that can respond and can act accordingly and keep our schools secure in that way.
Thank you, Representative Davis. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, it does have fiscal impact, so we're going to have to place it behind the budget and consider it at a later date. Without objection, House Bill 2329 goes behind the budget.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Penny.
Item number 48 on your calendar, House Bill 2450 by Representative Garrett. We have a motion and second on the bill. Representative Garrett, you're recognized on House Bill 2450.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me just get to my spot here. Sorry, my iPad's acting up on me for a second. This piece of legislation creates a framework for subterranean tunnels across the state to make sure we have a framework to deal with certain
approvals when they happen to go through various jurisdictions across the state. So with that, Mr. Chairman, the fiscal note, we believe could be a net positive for the fees that are generated from this new potential tunnel that we're trying to create here. So with that, I'll be happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Representative Garrett. Any discussion for Representative Garrett? Seeing none, it does have a positive fiscal impact, but my question is if in this tunneling process, subterranean, they find like gold or silver, is that ours or theirs?
That's a good question. Since it's state property, it should be the state's valuable piece of assets if there's already any found as they dig through.
Just thought we'd put that on record. Are we able to, any further discussion? Are we ready to vote? Madam Clerk, please open the board for a vote. All those in favor of House Bill 2450 moving to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change their vote? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 9 ayes, 1 no.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 2450 moves to full finance.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Committee.
Item number 49, House Bill 1946 by Representative Love. Do I have a motion? We have a motion and a second on the bill. Representative Love, you have an amendment drafting code 016715. Would you like to put that on the bill?
Yes, sir.
Do I have a motion? Motion and second on the amendment. We're going to vote. All those in favor of amendment drafting code 016715, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. The ayes do have it. Amendment drafting code 016715 is on the bill. Representative Love, you are recognized on House Bill 1946 as amended.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee members. This particular piece of legislation as amended would require TASER to study the impact of potential federal regulation and laws around artificial intelligence, but also look at potential impact upon businesses and technology developers, in addition to reviewing the safeguards relating to minors and mental health protections, including suicide prevention protocols, and in addition to that, the fiscal impact on state and local government, including anticipated enforcement costs.
Thank you, Representative Love, for that description. Any discussion for Representative Love? This is a TASER study bill, so we do have a special calendar for those bills. So without objection, House Bill 1946 moves to TASER calendar. Item number 50 on your. Okay. Sorry. Item number 50 on your calendar, House Bill 1949 by Representative Love. Do I have a motion? We have a motion second on the bill. Representative Love, you're recognized on House Bill 1949.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think there may be an amendment to put on this as well.
It's traveling with it.
Okay. All right. Members, we know the unfortunate effects of opioids in our state, and a many number of our nonprofit organizations are engaged in trying to reduce the impact of opioids in our state. The issue for many of them, though, is that because of the granting process being fully almost reimbursable only, it may take some time for them to get started with hiring persons. This particular piece of legislation simply says that the Opioid Council has the ability to consider situations where a particular nonprofit may request some of the funds one time upfront around the issue of salaries. And Mr. Chairman, I think that is the summation and members of the particular bill that I'm presenting today.
Thank you, Representative Love. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, are we ready to vote? Madam Clerk, will you please open the board for a vote? All those in favor of House Bill 1949 moving to full finance, vote aye. All those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change your vote? Seeing none, hearing none. Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 10 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 1949 moves to full finance.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, committee members.
Item number 51 by Representative Raper at the back of the room, patiently waiting. House Bill 1824. We have a motion second on the bill. Representative Raper, you are recognized for a brief description.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and committee. Good morning, everyone. And this bill requires each safety rest area in the state that provides restrooms for public to provide at least one family restroom. And we currently right now have 9 total rest areas, and we are 14 short. And so we're asking that a comprehensive plan be made by TDOT in support of a timeline that would be manned at that point. And then I will say TDOT is in full support of this, but due to fiscal note, I feel like it's going to be put behind the budget, and I would like to sort of keep it alive and see if I can work with TDOT and we can find ways to fund this over a period of time. So at this point, I would like to take it off notice.
Okay. Any discussion on the bill? So without notice, at the discretion of the member, House Bill 1824 is off notice. Thank you, Representative Reagan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Item number 52 on your calendar, House Bill 1789 by Representative Reedy. We have motion and a second on the bill. Representative Reedy, you are recognized on House Bill 1789.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee members. As amended, this would require public institutions of higher education beginning with the 2027-28 academic year to classify a student enrolling in the institution for the first time who is the spouse of a service member who has not resided in the state for at least 1 year as an in-state student for tuition purposes. And with that, Mr. Chairman, we do have it's locally governed institutions such as Austin Peay State University, ETSU, Tennessee State University, Tennessee Tech that is already doing this, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Representative Reedy. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, this bill does have a fiscal impact, so we'll have to place it behind the budget and consider it a later date. So without objection, House Bill 1789 will go behind the budget. Item number 53, House Bill 1901, also by Representative Reedy. We have a motion and a second on the bill. Representative Reedy, you are recognized on House Bill 1901.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As this bill is also amended, it authorizes an excise tax credit for brewers that donate spent grain byproducts for agriculture use.
Thank you. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, House Bill 1901 does have fiscal impact, so we'll have to place it behind the budget and consider it a later date. So without objection, House Bill 1901 will go behind the budget. Item number 54 on your calendar, House Bill 2097, also by Representative Reedy. We have a motion, and I'll second it. Representative Reedy, you're recognized on House Bill 2097.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members. This is my annual pilgrimage to this committee. This is the ground ambulance extension fee for another year.
Thank you very much. Members have any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, are we ready to vote? Madam Clerk, please open the board for a vote. All those in favor of House Bill 2097 moving to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change your vote? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 2097 moves to full finance.
Thank you, Chairman and committee.
Okay, thank you for your patience. Item number 55, House Bill 1959 has been requested by the member to be rolled to the heel. So without objection, House Bill 1959 will go to the heel. Item number 56 on your calendar by Leader Cochran, House Bill 545 by Leader Cochran. You have a motion second. You do have an untimely filed amendment, drafting code 015626. Is that correct?
That's correct, Mr. Chairman. Date change.
So as long as the members do not have objection, we're going to consider that amendment as a technical amendment. So seeing no objection, do I have a motion? And we have a motion second on the amendment. Amendment drafting code 015626. All those in favor of that amendment say aye. Aye. All those opposed vote no. The amendment drafting code 015626 is on the bill. Leader Cochran, you are recognized on House Bill 545 as amended.
Thank you, Chairman and committee, and appreciate your consideration on the amendment. This is actually this is a bill from last year, so we had to update the date on which it would be enacted if passed. And so this is just has our Department of Education provide a professional development course for teachers regarding AI in the classroom, proper, improper use. And obviously that's becoming a hot topic, and this will provide that for our teachers.
Thank you, Leader Cochran. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, are we ready to vote? Madam Clerk, would you please open the board for a vote? All those in favor of House Bill 545 as amended, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change your vote? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 545 moves to full finance. Item number 57 on your calendar by Representative Gant, House Bill 1764. You have a motion and second. Representative Gant, you're recognized on House Bill 1764.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Committee, what this bill does is it names the National Guard Armory in Selmer, Tennessee to the Brigadier General Donald F. Hawkins Army National Guard Armory. General Hawkins enlisted as a private in 1960 and retired in 1997 as a brigadier general. There is a physical note on it, but the Department of Military will use funds already in their budget for the signage so as not to require additional funding from the state.
Thank you, Representative Garrett, for that description. Any discussion on the bill? Representative Garrett, we have not yet received that fund. I'm sorry, Representative Gant, we have not yet received that letter or funding letter. So for temporarily, until we do get that letter, we're going to place this behind the budget. So because it does have a fiscal impact. So without objection, House Bill 1764 will go behind the budget. Item number 58, also on your calendar, House Bill 705.
Motion.
We have a motion and a second on the bill. Representative Gant, you're recognized on
Thank
House
you,
Bill
Mr. Chairman.
705.
This expands, the amendment that's on the bill should be 015411.
It's traveling with it.
Is that correct? Okay. Just want to make sure. Expands offerings to customers so they can protect high-value eyewear purchases such as designer sunglasses, prescription glasses, and electronic eyewear. Allows retailers at their discretion to offer eyewear insurance under an existing and well-regulated limited lines structure. And the other part of the legislation is the ACA's enhanced premium tax credits expired on December 31st of 25. And as a result, the marketplace coverage may now be more expensive for some individuals. Plan networks and benefits may differ from a person's existing employer plan. Consumers may prefer short-term continuation rather than immediate plan changes. This bill restores a limited continuation option that gives Tennesseans greater flexibility during periods of transition. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Representative Gann. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, are we ready to vote? Madam Clerk, will you please open the board for a vote? All those in favor of House Bill 705 moving to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change their vote? Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 9 ayes, 1 no.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 705 moves to full finance. Item number 59 on your calendar, number 1 in your heart, Chairman Gary Hicks, House Bill 1864. Do I have a motion second? Motion. We have a motion second on the bill. Chairman Hicks, you are recognized. House Bill 1864.
Thank you, Chairman. Members, this is the annual nursing home assessment, and I stand ready to answer any questions.
Any questions on the bill? Question's been called. Madam Clerk, please open the board for a vote. All those in favor of House Bill 1864 moving to full finance, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Has everyone voted? Would anyone like to change their vote? Hearing none, seeing none. Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 10 ayes, 0 noes.
The ayes do have it. House Bill 1864 moves to full finance. Item number 60 on your calendar, House Bill 767 by Chairman Hicks. Without objection, House Bill 766 moves to final calendar 2. Item number 61 on your calendar, House Bill 1690 by Chairman Hicks. We have a motion. I'll second it. Chairman Hicks, you are recognized on House Bill 1690.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This legislation strengthens the enforcement of Tennessee financial responsibility law without impacting compliant drivers. It increases updated penalties that currently fail to deter uninsured driving and directs those revenues towards the county clerks, the Department of Safety, and Uninsured Motorist Fund to support enforcement and administration. It also modernizes the insurance verification through insurer reporting, reducing fraud and improving compliance and accuracy. Importantly, this bill does not create new costs for law-abiding citizens. It simply ensures those who break the law bear the financial consequences and not the public. So thank you, Mr. Chairman. I stand for questions.
Thank you, Chairman Hicks. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, this bill does have fiscal impact, so we'll have to place it behind the budget and consider a later date. So without objection, House Bill 1690 will go behind the budget. Item number 62 on your calendar, also by Chairman Hicks, House Bill 2409.
Thank you, Mr.
Do I have a motion second on the bill? Motion. We have a motion second on the bill. Chairman Hicks, you're recognized on House Bill 2409.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill is a narrow technical correction that will allow housing authorities to leverage private capital to finance development instead of asking taxpayers to shoulder the entire burden. The issue is, this bill tackles is that current state law is unclear about how housing developed through a housing authority subsidiary is treated for tax purposes. The current lack of clarity creates risk that drives away much needed private investment. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Hicks. Any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, this bill does have fiscal impact, so we'll have to place it behind the budget and consider it at a later date. So without objection, House Bill 2409 will go behind the budget. Item number 63, House Bill 2140 will be rolled to the Hill. Without objection, House Bill 2140 to the Hill. Item number 64 by me. Chairman Hicks, you're recognized.
Thank you. Members, we're on item number 64. It's going to be House Bill 2552 by Chairman Williams. Do we have a motion to second?
Motion.
We have a motion to second, and it looks like there is an amendment drafting code 016772. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Do we have a motion second on the amendment?
Motion.
We have a motion second on the amendment. Would you like to describe the amendment or get it on the bill and describe it as a whole?
Yeah, as a whole, please. Chairman, it rewrites the bill.
Okay, great. Any discussion on the amendment? Hearing none, seeing none, we're now voting on amendment drafting code 016772 onto House Bill 2552. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. The ayes have it. We're back on the bill as amended. Chairman Williams, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chairman members. This bill does three things as amended. The bill establishes a clear shot clock for local governments to respond to developers through the permit process. It sets a 2-round deficiency review cap with consolidated feedback to shorten the duration of time in which the developer is able to get feedback. It also enables a professional engineer to certify the terms of performance payment bonds, so performance and payment bonds for the scope of work could be released sooner. With that, Mr. Chairman, I'm happy to answer any questions members might have.
All right, members, you've heard the description of House Bill 2552. Any discussion? Hearing none, seeing none, House Bill 2552 does have a fiscal impact, so we will have to place it behind the budget and consider it at a later date. Without objection, House Bill 2552 behind the budget. Next on our calendar is going to be House Bill 65, House Bill 22, item number 65, House Bill 2204 by Chairman Williams. We have a motion second, sir. You're recognized.
Thank you. This bill simply is attached to a calendar study. It also has a second amendment on there that deals with the way that we pay troopers. So,
all right. Thank you very much, Chairman, for this description. This is, as the chairman has alluded to, House Bill 2204 will be placed on the tasker calendar without objection. So moved. That brings us to item number 66. Item number 66 on the calendar is going to be House Bill 1171, again by Chairman Williams. You have a motion second, sir. You're recognized.
Thank you. This bill simply just allows for an F&E tax credit to those orthodontists who provide free health care to low-income teenagers that are currently needing dental health care. That's all this bill does. I'm happy to answer any questions members might have.
All right. Thank you for this description of House Bill 1171. Any discussion? Hearing none, seeing none, House Bill 1171 does have a fiscal cost, so we will have to place it behind the budget and consider it at a later date. Without objection, House Bill 1171 goes behind the budget. Brings us to item number 67. Item number 67 on the calendar, again by Chairman Williams, going to be House Bill 2046. You have a motion to second. You are recognized, sir.
Thank you, Chairman and members. This bill simply uses the first $150 million of the MCO tax credit to provide providers with a rate pay increase. Happy to answer any questions members might have.
All right. Thank you very much. Members, you've heard the description. Any discussion? Hearing none, seeing none, House Bill 2046 does have a fiscal cost. So without objection, House Bill 2046 goes behind the budget.
Thank you, members. Any bill not taken up will be rolled to next week's calendar. Do the members have any other questions, discussion? Seeing none, we stand adjourned. Thank you. Okay. I got to go run my bill and judiciary.